Neymar is out for the rest of the 2022-23 campaign with PSG. Yeah, he picked up an injury again. It once again happened between February and the beginning of March, which means that he will not help the Persians win the Champions League, missing the most important showdown of the year against Bayern Munich.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And everyone just got used to this fact. Everyone also got used to no longer a strange coincidence. Ney annually gets sidelined for games held at the beginning of March in order to attend his sister's birthday on March 11th. The reasons might vary: injury, suspension, or just a mini vacation approved by the club management. As for March of 2023, the routine goes more or less as usual, though with much more serious consequences. Neymar is about to undergo surgery, thus missing from 3 to 4 months of action for recovery from a right ankle ligament injury. Unfortunately, the season, which kicked off on a very high note, de facto stopped right after Qatar, and de jure came to an end right now. Needless to say, all this is happening amid permanent scandals and management's overall dissatisfaction with the footballer, on whom record-breaking funds were spent. Believe it or not, but it looks like the finest hour of Ney's career span has come to an end. Today we are gonna talk about the matter in our new section called Opinion. Support us with a like, subscribe to our channel, and write in the comments below from which city and country you're watching our episode. Without further ado, let's get going. I'll come back stronger. Neymar assures and promises of coming back an even better and tougher player. But the problem was much more serious than it seemed even to the Brazilian himself.
So, how's that leg doing?
Great, never better.
Good. Why don't you try putting some weight on it?
Sure. Yes, oh, that's good. That feels good, very strong.
Sorry, Thunder. I gotta put you down.
The truth is, his career is on the decline. His health is declining. The first wake-up call sounded back in the distant summer of 2017, when Neymar's transfer from Barcelona to PSG for 222 million euros was announced around the globe, marking a new era in world top football. Ney was supposed to lead an ambitious monetary project to the first Champions League Cup, and the Brazilian wanted to get out of Messi's shadow and take his first Ballon d'Or. The future looked as bright as it could ever be. However, even then, it turned out that the Brazilian had issues with his health. According to L'Equipe, during the medical checkup, Ney's right foot was found to be in quite a bad condition, hinting at future problems with the right ankle, not to mention the ankle ligament. The Red and Blues medical staff insisted on the surgery even when Neymar was 25 years old, and this would allow the stellar performer to spend a part of his career in the capital more consistently. But the crazy price tag and marketing played a bigger role for the owners. Neymar was put on his feet every match, and at first he exceeded all expectations in a phenomenal season, scoring 28 goals and delivering 16 assists in 30 appearances. Definitely the Brazilian's best season at Parc des Princes. Nevertheless, since Neymar's arrival to PSG, he has picked up 20 different injuries, with 3 times being precisely related to his right ankle. He missed 63 days the first time, then he had a ligament rupture, which dropped him out for 73 days the second time. And now he will miss a total of 140 days. As we can see, every year the recovery period becomes longer and longer. PSG medical staff received permission to perform the surgery, and only for the 3rd time, when Neymar is almost written off from the plans of the club which dreams of selling him. And here's another shocking statistic. During 6 Ligue 1 runs, Ney made only 112 out of 228 possible appearances, only 49.1% of the matches played. Indeed, a disastrous tally for someone who was supposed to become the team's main man. Therefore, based on all mentioned data, it's safe to say that money and marketing are to blame for the career decline of Neymar, who instead of proper recovery back in the summer of 2017, continued to perform through the pain up until February 2023. Eventually, his health broke down in the same way as his career. With no Ballon d'Or to consider whatsoever, Neymar leading PSG to Champions League glory still remains one of the greatest football mythologies in history. What's next? Neymar wants to stay at PSG and stick to his contract, which lasts until the summer of 2027. Though Luis Campos doesn't mind against the Brazilian packing his bags from the Parisian squad, as it was last summer, L'Equipe reports. To put it in a simpler and more straightforward way, Ney realizes that getting a similar contract in Europe is almost impossible. He is now familiar with a comfortable and cloudless life in Paris. Thus, he wants to finalize the deal precisely for these reasons. Then, upon turning 35 years old, he will return to his native Santos with a calm soul and a full bag of money to play for his own pleasure. Still, such plans can be thrashed by PSG's board in the form of sporting advisor Luis Campos and club president Al Khelaifi, who understand very well that big names alone cannot bring you the most prestigious club trophy, while Neymar's constant problems, injuries, parties, and general frivolity have long fed up with everyone. Therefore, everything is going to a very hot summer, when Neymar will be literally pushed out of PSG camp. There is a high chance of Lionel Messi also quitting the project, but of his own free will. PSG will continue the squad rebuilding process, which began in the summer of 2022, and in the new concept, Neymar and Messi can be replaced by Frenchmen, talented and hungry for major medals. For instance, they have Moussa Diaby, the graduate of PSG Academy who is currently playing for Bayer Leverkusen, and Marcus Thuram, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and French national team winger, whose contract is due to expire in the near future. Where would Neymar end up now? By and large, the most realistic option is to move to the Premier League, which is one of those championships Ney has always spoken well of. Chelsea, with its generous owner Todd Boehly, recently held talks regarding Neymar's summer arrival. No doubts that luxurious conditions await him in London. An option with Newcastle, with its unlimited Saudi resources, is also worth noting. The Magpies are the richest club in the Premier League, as their owners represent the sovereign fund of Saudi Arabia with assets of $430 billion. A kind of Cristiano Ronaldo-style way of thinking. Provide yourself with an incredible contract, the status of an unconditional star of the team both on and off the pitch, and you're good. A very interesting summer awaits us, and especially Neymar's choice, whether to stay in PSG despite all the conflicts, go to the Premier League, or choose other vectors. It can be the Brazilian Championship, the MLS, or even the Saudi Arabian League, where 100 million contracts are offered to stars of the same caliber. Anyway, one thing we know for sure, Neymar actually ended his career. He was literally a god in Santos, became one of the most prominent stars in Barcelona's history, though his legacy in PSG is incomplete and will remain so. Interestingly enough, he decided to come out of the shadow of Messi to later get into the shadow of Mbappe, then into the joint shadow of Messi and Mbappe. Perhaps the Brazilian is still capable of giving us 2 to 3 good seasons, but one can't run away from the truth. It's over, Neymar. Your career is over, or simply fate in the final act. Folks, that was the Football Club channel with our new opinion section. Support us with your like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to give us a subscribe, as Football Club is a place for high-quality football journalism. Check out other videos from our channel. Take care, and see you soon.